Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I figured I'd do a little bit of a wrap up of my second capsule wardrobe for the year, my Q2 capsule, before I share with you my Q3 capsule. Hopefully next week, might be 2 weeks away, but I'm starting that July 1st, which, if I'm thinking correctly, will already have happened by the time this video goes up, but I am filming this on the 26th of June. Now, just like I mentioned in last week's video, which I filmed just a little while ago, which is why this looks very similar because I haven't moved the camera, I am filming with the door open, the balcony door open behind you, because we're in a heat wave here in Sweden. It is almost 30 degrees Celsius. It's way too warm to do anything really, and I need that door open, and hopefully some wind and fresh air will come in. But if you hear the wind, if you hear cars, if you hear happy screaming children laughing in the playground down below, you know why. And I'm sorry, but I need to film this video now, and I also need to have fresh air. So this is what we're working with. Now I'm here to do my Q2 wrap up, like I said, and I'll have a link up here and in the description down below to what my capsule looks like in case you want to see that, and I'll also leave a link down below to my Q1 wrap up in case you want to compare the two videos, the two different thought processes or the two different opinions I have on my Q1 and Q2 capsule. Now, I expected this capsule, the second capsule, to be more fun. I generally, when I look for clothes or when I feel inspired by clothes, it's spring summer clothes. It's colorful, it's bright, it's usually lighter clothes, which is also why I had some comments on my Q1 capsule that it looked very thin, but I figured I'd just layer up and it worked well. I did not freeze during the first capsule of the year, but I expected Q2 to be more fun to play around with, and I'm surprised to say that it kind of wasn't. Now, I did share my favorite outfits from my Q2 wardrobe, which will also be linked up in the corner and down below for you. There are gonna be so many links. Check them out when this video is over. But I had some favorite outfits for sure. And there were a few outfits I didn't show in that video that I still really enjoyed, because those were piece for piece identical to outfits I wore in my first quarter of the year. Now, right off the bat, I just wanna say that this capsule was different. Obviously, it was different pieces in some aspects. But in my first one, January through March, the temperatures didn't really change that much. I still wore tights, I still wore knitwear in March, maybe just fewer layers, or I wore more of them earlier in the capsule. It was fine. This capsule, however, I started in April when it was still, for a couple weeks, it was still cold enough to wear knitwear, and now at the end of June, or early July when you see this, but I'm filming it at the end of June, I wish I had shorts. I wish I had more dresses. I wish all of my clothes in my capsule were just airy and breezy and light and great. I said in the beginning of the year when I announced that I was doing capsules this year, I talked about laundry, and I talked about how I tend to do laundry every 3 weeks. That's fine. I have enough underwear and socks to get me by, and usually there's not a problem with anything else. I don't run out of gym clothes, I don't run out of clothes, you know, it's fine, and same for my husband. This is sort of not true anymore for a couple of reasons. One is that we now have a roommate. Our friend has moved in with us, and since we're doing all our laundry together and we're 3 people instead of 2, we've changed it to doing it every other week instead, which I think will be really good, especially throughout the summer, because in the winter I could wear the same sweater like 2 days and then air it out for a bit and not have to put it in the wash, and then I could wear it again without it having gone through laundry in that time, because I didn't get sweaty, I didn't get this sticky that I am right now and kind of uncomfortable. And now it's like I'll wear this shirt today and then this shirt needs to go in the wash because it's soaked. Lovely. So we've changed that. And also this capsule, the thing is, I don't have that many options. Depends on who you compare it to. I feel like I have a pretty average size wardrobe these days. Not just counting the capsule, but like all of my clothes, which you can see the whole everything up here because I have a video on that. And I feel like it's fairly average in terms of amount of items, again obviously depending on who you compare it to, but this capsule just kind of didn't really work for me, I'm sad to say. I've not been thoroughly unhappy with it, but where I could wear all of my pieces at any given time, almost January through March, that is certainly not the case right now. As the weather has gotten warmer, I really only have 2 or maybe 3 out of the 4 bottoms I put into this capsule that I feel like I can wear in summer in this temperature. And same with dresses. There's one of the 4 dresses I put in that I only ever wear with tights because I feel like it's too short. I don't want to put tights on right now. I want to wear as few layers of clothing as I can, and thus that dress is not being worn. On top of that, I put what, like 7 cardigans into this wardrobe, which was nice for variation, and I do think I have worn them all, maybe with one exception. But I also have 4 or 5 pieces of knitwear in this capsule. I haven't touched them in a month and a half at least, if not 2 months at this point, because it got way too warm, and therefore it feels a little bit not wasteful to put them in because they certainly were useful back in April, but I feel like if I'd switched over my wardrobe a little bit later and not been so strict on 3 months, I feel like maybe I could have, you know, switched over end of April or halfway through April, and then for my spring wardrobe now not have had knitwear and instead had more dresses or something, which would have made me a little bit more comfortable right now. With that being said though, I'm obviously not going to use the knitwear right now. Yes, it's still in my capsule, it's still in my wardrobe, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I guess I have to wear this because it's in here. No, I would melt. I'm already melting enough as it is, so yeah. Another problem I had is that my bottoms weren't as versatile as I thought. To freshen up your mind, I have this skirt, this pair of pants, this pair of sort of culottes that I only ever wear with tights, for the record, and this pair of jeans. These are my 4 bottoms. The jeans are a little bit warm right now. The culottes I only really wear with tights, so I don't wear them these days, which leaves me with 2 bottoms. And I love this pair of pants. They're great. They're very comfortable since they have a lot of colors in them, and I also have tops and cardigans in the same colors. Like this top that I'm wearing right now, for example, is a good match. And I have a cardigan in the same color. I have some pink, and you know, they're versatile, yes, but it's the same exact tops that I wear with that I'd also wear, with a few exceptions, with the skirt that's remaining. And that means I have tops in this capsule that go with neither of these things because they themselves are too colorful or too bright or something. And that really limits what I can wear right now when it's this warm. Plus, this skirt and I are not friends. I think it's really pretty, I think it looks really good, but it creases the second you look at it, much less sit in it. And also it's weirdly like both too big and maybe also too small. I don't really know, it's definitely a bit big, and I can't adjust that. Despite the ribboning or the lacing in the front, that doesn't do enough. So, which has really left me with only 1 pair of bottoms to use in the past couple of weeks consistently, because warm, wash, and bottoms I can usually wear for way more uses than a top before I need to wash them. But still, I felt a bit limited. On top of this, I also didn't include any like loungewear into my capsule. I was still allowed to wear it, but I only did a capsule with like my leaving home clothes, sort of. And when I'm home, at least 98% of the time, I will switch into PJ bottoms. Either put them on in the morning and leave them on because I stay in all day and it's a weekend, or come home from work or errands or whatever and switch into them because more comfortable, and I prefer that. Also, it's the whole thing of like sitting out in public and on public transport and then sitting in your couch with the same pants, which I'm a little bit iffy about, but still, I tend to get changed. But problem I have there is that I own like 3 pairs of PJ bottoms, which go through the wash in some rotation. One of them is like fleecy or very, very warm like that. One of them is flannel, and one of them is cotton. The cotton ones are currently in the wash. It is almost 30 degrees outside. I need to wear something, so I've actually semi-stolen a pair of my husband's like lounge shorts, which are quite thick, but at least they're shorts. So there's that. I also think that while there is definitely variation in the pieces I put into my second capsule, I feel like there's less so than in the first one, because I now have both patterned tops and bottoms. I don't think I have any patterned cardigans or like outer layers, which just talking about cardigans is making me very, very sweaty. But I both have patterned tops and bottoms, and none of them I feel really go together. In my first capsule, I did have several things with patterns on them, but I had more sort of neutrals or solid colored things that I could match with them. Like I said, with the bottoms, one pair of these bottoms, which are the most comfortable ones to wear when it's this warm, only have so many of the tops that goes with them. And that is my own fault, obviously, for putting them in. But I don't know, I've both felt limited and a little unmotivated by these clothes, while I also really do enjoy some of these pieces, like the checkered pants or like the dresses I put in, but I've still felt a little limited. While we're still talking about the checkered pants though, I love these pants so much. I feel like they're very comfortable, they're very flattering, I like how they look, I like how they feel, and I think hands down that is the piece of clothing in my wardrobe that has gotten the most appreciation from other people this past quarter. Several people have pointed out how spring-like they are, how summery, how pretty they are. A coworker of mine said that they made her happy, and it's just nice to get those compliments. And I really enjoy the pants. I'm not wearing them because other people enjoy them, but it's nice to hear that other people like them too. And I don't feel like those pants are very, like, you won't find them in everyone's wardrobe, you know? They're a little bit out there for a lot of people's tastes, and then it's even more fun to hear that people appreciate them. Now, a few items of clothing have actually entered into my wardrobe in the past 3 months. A pair of pants that our roommate got rid of, I decided to keep. I don't know if I'll end up wearing them, but they fit nice, and I figured I'll see down the line if I want to put them into my winter wardrobe, because they're a dark purple kind of thick denim type pants. Definitely not summer material, but I'm hanging on to them to see if I like them down the line, and if I don't, I'll pass them on to someone else. And like I mentioned in last week's video, a friend of mine had cleared out some stuff in her wardrobe and set them aside for me to see if I wanted them, from which I've kept 3 items, 2 tank tops and something else that I still haven't looked up when I'm filming this, but there will be a clip of it somewhere, that I've kept with, again, the intention to maybe put into my fall wardrobe, or winter one, I presume. But we will see if they end up staying. But I kept them for now, and we'll see if they make an appearance later on. Now, as we're coming up on the end of the second quarter of the year, I am very excited to put together my Q3 capsule, but I am a little bit worried that I'm going to have the same problem that I did with this one for that one. Just that I'm starting in warm weather and ending in colder weather. For example, if this heat is going to continue, and August, late July and August tends to be way warmer here than June is, and I'm hoping it's not going to get warmer than it is now, but the kind of temperatures I'm experiencing right now might be reoccurring later in the summer, meaning I need to include more colder clothes is not the word, but I need to include some shorts, I need more skirts, I need breathy is not the word, breezy. Let's go with breezy. I need breezy clothes, and clothes that will keep me cool in the summer, because I'm obviously the coolest person in the world, obviously. But I need that. But also, since that capsule will run from July through September, September is not generally cold, I might not need knitwear, but I might need warmer clothes than I'm wearing right this moment right now, and then I'll wear in July and August. So I do need to leave a little room for colder weather to come in. And also, obviously, there can be cold days at any point in the summer too, so I shouldn't just walk around in bikinis because I wear those so much. Either way, I need to plan for the fact that it won't be warm necessarily for 3 months straight. But I do have some pieces that I wanted to include in my Q2 capsule that I figured, nah, it's still a bit too cold, I'll leave those for the later half of summer. So I'm really excited to include those in my Q3 capsule. And there are also, of course, going to be a lot of repeats from my Q2, because this is summer clothes to me. Several of the dresses, 3 out of the 4 dresses I see as summer dresses. Well, one I wear year-round, evidently, but still, there are going to be repeats of clothes as well. But I am going to introduce a couple new pieces and remove some of the ones, especially the knitwear, that I've had now. So I hope that that will at least initially give me a little more spark of inspiration as the 3rd quarter of the year starts. So I'm excited for that. And like I said in the beginning, next week's video, or the one after that, should be the Q3 capsule. I haven't put it together yet. I'm doing laundry today actually, so tonight or tomorrow I can just look at everything being washed and then pick and choose what goes into my 3rd capsule, and hopefully not wear too much of that in the first almost week, which is, you know, what's remaining. It's 4 days left at this point of, for me, filming, of June, and then it's warm, and then I don't have clothes. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about capsule wardrobes or my experience with this Q2 wardrobe, or what I'm hoping and planning for the future of my capsule wardrobes, or anything like that, or anything else, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be back with a new video on Monday, so I hope to see you then. Bye!